Hi guys, Brian from the gas station again. Just another quick review for you, another one of my beach house reviews. One of the cameras I brought with me on the trip I thought you guys might like to see. It's actually one of my favorite cameras of all time. I love this little camera. I love this series of little cameras. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of them. That's because they keep breaking. But I really think they're worth getting into. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on them, but if you find one and it works and it's in good shape, I would grab it. I think they're great. You get like great image quality out of it, and they're really comfortable and easy to work with. It is the Minox 35 ml, or any of the 35 millimeter Minox cameras. I just think they're fantastic. They're super small. Actually, here's my, I'll show you next to my X20. That's the Fuji X20, and that's my Minox 35 ml. So much smaller camera, really about the same in thickness, I would say, but definitely much shorter from, you know, end to end, and you know, as far obviously depth-wise, much tinier. It's really a true pocket camera. The nice thing about the Minox is you just press this little button and everything pops out. So, you know, very pocketable, really tiny, super sharp lens. Just really a wonderful little lens. There's lots of variations on the Minox 35s. There's the EL, there's the ML, there's the GT, there's the G.A.S, there's the, I mean, they just go on and on with the different variations. Basically, as far as which camera to get, I don't think it really matters too much. As you go further up, you're going to find that they have more features, and basically, you know, starting, you know, I think it was the EL was the first one, and you know, they just started getting extra features as they went along. Reliability wise, they really never got better. These cameras are very susceptible to dust and to shutter problems and all kinds of stuff. Now the shutters are electronically fired, so unless you actually generally see the shutter fire, here, I'll see if I can get in close enough. When you test it, you need to see the shutter fire. You may not know if that camera is working or not. Let me just close this down so we can sort of get a better view of the shutter. Let's see if we can get my other camera to focus here. There we go. Alright, so let's see if we can get that shutter to fire. Yeah, there we go. Or actually, let me open it up. So it goes, this is a 2.8 lens on pretty much all of the Minox cameras. The lens is the color Minotaur, and there's a couple different variations on those. Again, they're all pretty comparable. I think in the GT and up, they're multi-coated as opposed to single-coated. So you do get a little bit of resolution out of some of the later cameras, as I understand. I may be wrong on that too, but that's how I understand it. This camera, the ML, as far as I know, is probably one of the more reliable of them, if any of them are more reliable than any. They're not, none of them are terribly reliable. But you know, if you get one that works, great, and keep using it. I will always try and have one of the Minox MLs. I got along so much better with this camera than I did the Rolly 35. Not to say I didn't like the Rolly, it just I didn't get along with it as well. It was kind of awkward and uncomfortable for me. I may go back to getting another one at some point and play with that a little bit, but I just really liked the Minox. I think they were just really comfortable and they were easy to sort of hold, and I liked the design, and I was super happy with the lens. Really a great lens. They do have a shutter release hole here on, well, at least on the ML. I don't think it, on some of them I think it's actually screwed into the shutter button itself. But this one, it has right here's a little switch on the side. That's for self-timer. You do have backlight compensation with this button here, and I believe this is a battery check. And it's a double wind for the film advance. So here, so it would be 1, 2 to get to your next shot. Sorry, I'm having focusing issues here. The viewfinder is pretty good. I don't know if you can see on the top or not. Yeah, there we go. There's a little bit of a, like, it tells you your shutter speed and stuff like that. I'm having trouble getting that adjusted right. So, yeah, so there's a little light there. And on the top, it shows you the shutter speeds. I can't really get them in focus here. But, oh, there they are. You can kind of see them ghosted in there. So it'll give you the shutter speed. Then the other thing I do like about the ML is it does have a program mode where it'll automatically, if we can get this in focus. There we go. There's the program mode. So it'll automatically adjust shutter speed and aperture based on your subject, or you can take it out and put it into pure aperture priority. So and you can go from f2.8 to 16. It is a manual zone focus system, so you have to sort of guesstimate your focus, and that's from 0.09 meters to infinity. So each meter's 3 feet, and so you kind of guesstimate from here to there. But if you kind of stick around, if you go to, well, let's say we go to, like, I don't know, f8, if you wanted to sort of do that on your own, f8 based on your distance. So if you focus, let's say at 5 meters, right, at f8, so you're going to basically be getting from 2.5 meters, which would be 3, 6, 7.5, 8 feet. From 8 feet to infinity is basically going to be in focus, which is pretty cool. So you can get a lot in focus, and that's zone focusing. So it's basically working from, again, if you like I said, if you put your aperture at f8. And then you look at your distance scale, which is going to be between 2.5 and 3 meters. I don't know if you can see that there. That's your, so it's going to be like 2.5 meters to f8, which will be infinity. So you're going to get pretty much everything in focus. So you just kind of can't lose on that, or you just put it in program mode and you're good to go either way. So, and this little buddy just flips right up. Again, it's got this little lock, this little button here to unlock it, and then that'll pop open, and you flip that open. That's your self-timer light, and there's your viewfinder window. You have your battery compartment right here, and this just kind of like flips down. Mine's kind of wonky here. You know what? It's such a pain to get in there, to be honest. I'm not even going to open it up for you. But there's a little battery in there, and it takes a couple of little button batteries. Close that up. On the bottom, you can set your ISO settings. So we can get this to focus again. Okay, so we have ISO going from 25 up to 1600. So you just set your ISO here, generally at 400 or 200 or whatever it is. You got your tripod mount, your rewind release button here, and this is the release for the cover, for the back cover. So you flip that to open, and then you're going to just slide that carefully, and then the back comes right off. Film goes in here, goes over here, locks into there, and then you just kind of wind it on. And you get to put your film back, or the back of the camera, right on top, and then just slide that up and closed, and then she'll lock up. So, and then you gotta open it up to take the picture and wind it on. So you go click and wind it on, a couple, and you just you'll get going that way. So yeah, so just kind of a great little camera, really easy to use. They're really fun. If you're not comfortable with the zone focusing and stuff like that, this may not be comfortable, may not be the right camera for you, but they sure are a lot of fun, and they're really easy to keep in your pocket. The only problem is you just got to remember to guess on your focus. So, and if you do that and you leave that in program mode, you'd be great. Or if you want to play with your own aperture settings, you can do that too. So anyway, I love the Minox cameras. I think they're really cool. I think they're really nice, comfortable, really fit in your pocket. But again, reliability can be an issue with these. So, and there are flashes available. You can get a regular old, just sort of like flash that you fire and put that on top, or Minox makes or made flashes specific for each model. So you can get a number of flashes with these that actually have bounce capability and all that stuff. So anyway, just a nice little fun vacation camera. Take really sharp photos, really comfortable, really easy to use, and really tiny and portable, and geez, I just love them. So anyway, that's about it. Brian, the gas station, the Minox 35 series of cameras, I'm a big fan. So if you see one, you know, again, I wouldn't spend a ton on them because they break frequently, but you know, I really like, I've had this ML for a while and I haven't had any problems with it at all. So but you know, look out for them. They're really cool little cameras, and I just love the design. Oh, and if you need to like shoot it and you want a little sunshade, just shoot it upside down. You've got a built-in sunshade. So this trapdoor thing is kind of fun. A lot of cameras copied this trapdoor design, including Contacts and a whole bunch of them out there. So anyway, just really fun stuff, guys. I hope you enjoy. All right, and that's it. Brian, the gas station old cam review, Minox 35 ml. See you guys soon. Thanks.